We all know Old Trump is an idiot sliding ever deeper into dementia, so I would never suggest that a smart political move came from that Big Mac-infested mind. But it is possible that the Hate Fest rally at Madison Square Garden was a head fake, and it was a pretty good one. Well, a good one until the Puerto Rico jokes. Who would have ever guessed that Tony Hinchcliffe would be the Democrats' secret to success? But Representative Dan Goldman, Democrat of New York, went on CNN to warn that this rally was indeed a head fake in order to disguise a dangerous plan. I'm going to show what Goldman had to say in a minute, but Goldman also had a lot to say about the rally itself. Let's listen.
Let's first make it very clear that this entire rally was Donald Trump's rally. Everything was vetted through Donald Trump and his campaign. All of these speeches were up on a teleprompter. They had been edited. And so what has come out of that rally is nothing that Donald Trump has to say other than repeating his threats to the Democrats are the enemy within our country. But it's vitriol, vulgarity, and racism. And I represent a huge Puerto Rican community here in New York City. And I expect and have heard from many who are horrified that this political rally would platform such disgusting racism and attacking Puerto Ricans, attacking with both Islamophobic and anti-Semitic jokes. Stephen Miller essentially quoting Adolf Hitler, saying that America is for Americans and Americans only. This is who Donald Trump and the MAGA world is. No matter what lipstick on a pig Donald Trump tries to put on it in the last week, we saw yesterday at Madison Square Garden exactly who they are.
So Goldman makes clear that all of the vitriol and hate that came out of this rally belongs to Trump. He approved its purpose, to stoke up the hate. Nonetheless, the question remains, why in New York? It's not even remotely a swing state. Harris is going to win New York by double digits. So in the crucial closing stage of the campaign, it does not seem like a particularly good idea to leave swing state campaigning for this lost cause. And sure, you can accurately see this is not a campaign rally, but it's the start of the kind of J6 rallies that Trump will hold as soon as he loses the election. Though I'd be willing to bet Judge Juan Marchand will have something to say about that. Goldman, however, sees another purpose to the rally, that it was a calculated deception with a specific electoral purpose. Let's watch.
Donald Trump hinted yesterday in his speech that he has some secret with Speaker Mike Johnson. Now, you wonder, why did Donald Trump come to New York 9 days before the election? This state is going to go to Kamala Harris. And the answer is that the House really runs through New York. There are 7 races that could go either way in the House, and that will likely determine the majority. And make no mistake, the House, we get sworn in on January 3rd. On January 6th, the certification of the Electoral College will happen again, and as we know from 2021. Whoever is in control of the House, of Congress, will be able to have a lot of say on what happens on January 6th. And I suspect, we don't know, but I suspect Donald Trump's little secret plan with Mike Johnson is a backup plan for when he loses, and he tries to go to the House of Representatives to throw out the Electoral College, the certification from the states, and have the House of Representatives under the leadership and the control and the gavel for Mike Johnson, and try to overturn this election. It was the exact reverse in January 6, 2021. You had Mike Pence, the vice president, who was presiding over the joint session, but you had Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, who were presiding over Congress. If it's the reverse, the Republicans have a lot more opportunity and a lot more possibilities for overturning this election. And that's what this was about yesterday. That, I believe, is what Donald Trump's secret with Mike Johnson was. And that's why he's here, is because the House majority runs through New York.
Goldman is right on the nose with the political calculus behind the planning of this rally. It is no secret that the GOP has been building a multi-pronged approach to stealing the election. Doing it with a majority of the House is the easiest way to accomplish that, especially given their track record in the courts. So this rally wasn't so much for Trump as it was for MAGA Republicans running for seats in New York State. And that is where Democrats can now bow down and worship Tony Hinchcliffe for his Puerto Rican jokes. Puerto Rican voters are a powerful demographic in New York State, even outside the city. And there's one more thing. You have now motivated Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to campaign for every Democrat in the running. I'll bet she can't leave the Harris campaign trail fast enough in order to come back and help out Democratic congressional candidates. Of course, we can't let this turn into 2016 either, when we all thought the Access Hollywood tape and grabbing women by the hoo-ha sunk the Trump campaign. But Hinchcliffe's sustained vitriol against Puerto Ricans was certainly dropping a match in the powder room. It's our job now to make sure the explosion really does sink the SS Trump campaign and makes him choose between the sharks and electrocution from the batteries. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.